Welcome to our video on the 1991 Bayliner 3288. We have a good look here at the flybridge with bimini top, and now we're looking back along the side, and as we move toward the stern we get a little better view of the cockpit or the aft end, and then we're looking up at the flybridge again. There's a couple of racks there for apparently for kayaks. Hardtop, which covers the cockpit, which is an option aftermarket. Now looking down, you can just get a view of the rib there in the back or the port side, and the outboard motor mounted, easy to get at, easy to mount it once the dinghy's in the water. There's the whole cockpit area, door to the saloon, and ladder to the flybridge. It's got that extra railing which makes it easier to get up and down the ladder going into the flybridge. Another view looking through the aft windows, lots of light in this vessel, lots of windows all around. There you have another view of the door. It's open going into the saloon. The engine hatches are there underneath the furniture. There's two big hatches that open up, give you really good access to the motors and the engine room area. Now we're moving into the inside. Helm is forward on the starboard side. Dinette table, which does drop down into a double berth as well. Now we're going to look down into the, I call it the master stateroom, because it has, the berth is tucked under, but it's larger than a king size. I used to own one of these boats, so I know too well that it's really big and you need the extra linen to cover it. Sink in there, little vanity, hanging lockers, very nicely appointed and easy to get in and out of. There's the sliding hatch that gives privacy, and there's a door also that closes off that stateroom. Another view here of the dinette table, looking forward down toward the galley, and another view of the lower helm station. Here we have, there's the heater control for the diesel forced air heat, a little storage area as well, and now the electrical panel for both 12 volt and 110. VHF radio under the counter, and here's of course the main engine control. There's an awful lot of the 12 volt controls on that panel as well. Now we're looking up above the helm station, and you'll see the radar, depth sounder, and of course a speaker. There's speakers on both sides of the saloon area. Now we're looking down. Here's the door to the head, just on the opposite side of the galley. We'll open it up here in a second. You can get a better view. Here we go. There has a shower as well. There's a shower curtain there that makes it keeps most of the head dry anyway, and positive ventilation through a small port. Looking forward, looking down, you can see a big mirror on the forward end, and down to an electric toilet or head, and more storage area. Now we're looking aft again at the dinette table, and here's the galley. Large, comfortable, plenty of storage for dishes and items for the galley. Refrigerator, freezer, under counter, double sink, which is nice. I think that was redone after the boat was built. That doesn't look standard to me. Now we're sliding around to the forward end of the galley, and you'll see the microwave built into the cabinet over the stove. More storage there on the left side. Now we're looking down at the 3-burner propane stove with oven. Looking forward, I call this the guest stateroom because it is a V-berth. And you can see the cushion forward there, which is the filler. There's a slider that comes out, and the cushion drops onto the slider, which makes it a very large berth, even though it's V-shaped toward the forward end. Shelving, port side, reading lights, magazine rack. It's a comfortable area, and there is the overhead hatch as well that opens up for ventilation. Now we're looking at the flybridge. Good size helm seat in the center, on center line with the helm. L-shaped seating area on the starboard side, and then there's a bench seat on the port side. Looking aft, you can see the top of the hardtop, which can be used for lounging for chairs, which they did, and radar arch, of course, with the radar antenna mounted on it. Another view of that L-shaped seating area. Moving around, another view of the upper helm, compass, and the usual engine controls. Thank you for viewing our video on the 1991 Bayliner 3288, sponsored by Waterline Boats and Boatshed, Seattle.